Welcome to my new audio series, Jumpstart Daily, where I give daily tips on how to jumpstart your business, your ideas, and more. Now, all of this is going to be based off of the How to Jumpstart Your Business to Success workbook, which was written by myself as well as Bria V. Smith. Each episode is going to be fun, hopefully, but most importantly, it's going to be jam-packed with information that you can use in your daily walking business. I hope you enjoy. Welcome to another episode of Jumpstart Daily. I'm your host, Al Smith, and in this episode number 7, I have a question. Do you stand out from your competitors? That's a deep one. It's a good one too. Do you stand out from your competitors? I'm going to give you some practical tips, some easy to implement strategies to help you stand out from your competitors. Wording is an actual way that you can stand out from your competitors, which is a part of brand identity. Then you have colors, which are a part of your brand identity. You have images, which is a part of your brand's identity. And you have price point. Now, price point is one that I want to dive in a little bit deeper into, because I see a lot of times when people start their business or they jump into a new industry, they try to come in at a lower price point thinking that that price point is going to help them get business, in which it may, but the type of people that you'll bring in based on your price point can either hinder or help your business tremendously. And I want you to remember this: amateurs cut prices, professionals go up. Amateurs cut prices, professionals go up. And another thing to remember is that when you underbid yourself and your competitors, when you underbid your competitors, right? Basically what you're doing is you're underbidding yourself as well as the whole industry in totality as a whole. Amateurs cut prices, professionals, they go up. And this is especially true if you provide a service. It's people, for instance, in my industry of graphic design that do graphics or flyers for $25. Now we come in at $65. The reason why we come in at $65 is because we know what we're doing. We have the confidence. And I talked about this in an earlier episode. I think it was episode number, it might have been 2, but basically it was how to build confidence if you lack confidence. Most of the times when people open a business, they come in at a lower price point to basically substitute the lack of confidence that they have. And so because of the lack of confidence, you come in at that lower price point. But what happens when you come in at that lower price point is that normally you get mad when you come across a particular client that is expecting a certain quality of service or of a product. And then the first thing that you'll say is, well, I ain't charging nothing but X, Y, and Z. Oh, X, Y, and Z, my competitor, they're charging X, Y, and Z, and I'm doing this way better than my competitor, and I'm charging X, Y, and Z. And so you're saying that after you've put the price on yourself, limited yourself, and then you're mad at the customer because they expect certain things from your business. And so it's a saying that goes, cheap services ain't good and good services ain't cheap. And I think that that's true, because like I'll never cut my price down to $25 for graphic designing. I'll never do that, because for one, I understand that the industry that we're in, if I underbid my competition, then I'm underbidding the whole industry. And it's a lot of things out here that are underbidding the industry as it as it is. And so for me to go in and I help contribute to the underbidding of the industry, I think that's wrong. And I think that when you're doing your business, you should never, ever underbid your competitors. You should be on the same price point, or you can even be a little bit higher. But don't come in and try to underbid your competitors, because like I said, it just makes the whole industry deteriorate, basically. Another tip is knowing which platforms to use to get the desired results that you're looking for. This is a good one too. And you can really separate yourself from your competitors by knowing which platforms to use. Like, a lot of times people create a business and then they want to go straight to Facebook and create fan pages and all of that, when in all actuality, what you may need to do is create a retention plan or a retention strategy and then use Groupon. And so I talked about that in a later episode, not a later episode, but in an earlier episode as well, where it was like, I was kind of like breaking down the platforms that you can use and the social media outlets that you can use to basically advertise and market your business. And so knowing these things will help you separate yourself from your competitors as well. But I think that the biggest thing that will help you separate yourself from your competitors is the price point. I think that's one of the key things, because like, yeah, you're trying to get business, but you want to make sure that you're getting the right type of business, because all business is not good business. I've had, when we were at the lower price range, which I don't think was ever $25. I don't think we ever started out at that price range. But when we were at a lower price range, maybe at like 40 or 35 or something like that, oftentimes we would get projects that came in from clients, and I just didn't like the project. It wasn't something that I can use in my portfolio. It wasn't something that I was proud to share. It was just like, it was plain. It wasn't what I was looking for. But once I started upping my prices, once I started going up on my prices, I soon realized, like, okay, now this is what I need to be doing, because it was a difference. It was a difference in the type of person that came in the door, and it was a difference in experiences as well. And so the price point is the biggest one that you need to really focus on to standing apart from your competitors. So first, it is the wording, because the wording that you use is important as well. The way that you speak about your product or your service that you offer can really dictate the type of customer that you're going to bring in. The colors, those are important, because the colors help identify your business and help solidify where you stand at. The images, those are important. I think having nice, crisp images for most businesses is a must. Now, there is some instances where you can use, camera phones and things like that to help grow your business, but even those need to be of a certain quality, unless your business strategy is of another type of quality. So maybe it's like, it's a little grungy because like your branding is is snappy or something. So I mean, it is instances, but for the most part, and I will say this, if it is that way, then you want to make sure that you're staying consistent with that. You don't want to change that up to something nice and polished. You want to make sure that you stay on the same level throughout, the time of your business. And again, the price point. The price point is important. Make sure that you got your price point right, and don't go in trying to underbid your competitors. Make sure that you're staying at price point that your competitor is, or you even going a little bit higher. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to underbid yourself, your competitor, because when you do that, you underbid the whole industry. Listen, be sure to like, comment, and share this post. Subscribe to us on YouTube at the Think New Podcast. That's ThinkNue Podcast. And connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter. I'm Al_Think New on Twitter and Think New Al on LinkedIn. And be on the lookout for another Jumpstart Daily dropping tomorrow.